7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Here's Colin. This is Joe. We're your guests. We got J Philly Retro with us tonight. Before we do that, though, we have to get to the checks. We've been slacking on that lately, for real. But we got Izzy67 here. Thanks for joining us. Mega Demon, like always, welcome.
What's up, guys? What's up?
We can always count on you.
Damn right.
My mom is even here. Welcome.
Hi, Mom.
But yeah, what's up?
She's been in here a few times. She's cool, you know. What's up, man? How you doing tonight? Can you hear me? Yeah. You're the spotlight's on you.
I'm good.
How are you?
Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm good. How about you?
You talking to me?
You talking to me?
You talking to me?
Yeah, doing good tonight.
Welcome to the show, man. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
You're killing it, man. You're absolutely killing it on these videos, dude. I'm so happy for you, man. You're doing what you got to do.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm having fun out there. Just doing what I always do. Go out and try to find good stuff, and showing people what's out there. That's what I like to do. That's what I like to watch on videos. Is just seeing what's out there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What's your main thing you collect? Your favorite thing, like if you had to pick one thing, like what's the best find that you ever had?
The best find I ever had?
Yeah, like in the thrift store. I asked you two questions at once.
Man,
not bad.
I don't know. I would have to say probably. Let's see. I don't know, honestly.
So many, huh?
So many, man. I found I found a Snake Mountain one time. It was just a shell.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the Motu, like a vintage Snake Mountain. Just a shell for $5.
Damn.
And picked that up. That was it was about a year ago, maybe.
I need to start going to these places.
Yeah. That's probably the best thing that I ever picked up. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you could find something that's not complete, but sometimes it doesn't take much to put it together, like wise to get it complete. Sometimes I
still haven't completed it yet, but working on it little by little.
Do you find a lot of stuff at your thrift stores?
It depends. Not lately. I haven't been finding. It's been kind of dry lately. Like it's especially vintage stuff. I haven't found a whole lot of vintage stuff lately. Mm-hmm. Over the last several days, I've just kind of started picking up again a little bit. But for a while there, man, I wasn't finding anything. Like sometimes I also pick up like DVDs or VHS tapes or something like that. So, a lot of times I can get by with, my addiction to vintage stuff, can be fulfilled by picking up a VHS tape or a DVD or something like that. But yeah, for a while there, I wasn't finding much at all as far as toys go.
Yeah, I got a lot of vintage stores by me too, but I think most of the stuff I buy from there is like movies, and every once in a while you'll find something. But it's like I was like, dude, I'm not finding enough to like make a video about it,
Right.
So I kind of stopped going.
Yeah, that's why like a lot of times I'll put together like 2, 3, 4 stops in one video, because a lot of these times, these thrift stores and stuff, a lot of times don't have hardly anything, and nobody wants to just see junk on a shelf, So, I've been putting 2, 3, 4 videos or stores together in one video for a while now.
But it is cool when you do find something. I can't. Like,
oh yeah,
you get that rush.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah. Sometimes it could be like the crappiest thing too, but just because of what it is, it's like awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know, because you get sick of not finding anything, and I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes it could be just like a part of a toy. Like, man, I don't know if you guys saw. I went to a thrift store, and it was probably one of my biggest letdowns. I found like kind of like a shell of this G.I. Joe Rolling Thunder vehicle.
Oh, wow.
like this vintage like GI Joe, but the sides were kind of busted, and I was like, I don't know, I didn't think at the time that they could be replaced until I left the store because I had no internet connection to check my phone in the store. I left the store, drove home, and realized that those pieces are easily replaceable on eBay, So I'm like, all right. So I got up early that next morning, went out to the store. Of course, it was gone. But it's, that's tough when that happens, definitely.
Yeah. So how did you get started with this? Like, who's your inspiration? Like to get the toy thing and all that started? Like, who do you watch the most?
I think probably the person that inspired me to start my channel was Burf from 80s Toys Rock.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah, awesome guy. I had been watching him.
Wait a minute. Hold on 1 minute. You hear that, Colin? It's like it's static or something. We got technical difficulty going on. What is that? Do you hear it? Do you hear it? Wait a minute. What the hell is that?
I am General Zing from the Galactic Non-Federation Federation. And I have a message for J. Philly Retro.
Oh, shit. I can't believe this. What's going on?
What you got for me today, Goody Will?
What you got for me today?
What's up, man?
I told you never know what's going to happen on Well That Effing Figures.
You never know.
So here he is. Look at this. This is just like the Brady Bunch right here.
I got my
This is
wife
great.
filming all the backstage stuff. So
Yeah, there you go.
on my channel later.
Yeah, haircut or something.
Show yourself. Dude, when you sent me that picture with that mask, I nearly shit, dude, because I was like, your head looks so small. That was fucking great.
Now, I got
And
a
I'm
big
sitting here
circle.
like, I can't wait to get him in here to surprise him because I knew he would love that. So
Like, you gotta
What's
put the
Jay
mask.
Philly?
there you
Oh,
go.
man.
How you doing, man?
Not bad. Not bad. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing awesome, man. I was just listening to that story about the Rolling Thunder, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I couldn't
I couldn't believe it. I think you commented, you're like, no.
believe it. Yeah.
As soon as you start talking about that, he probably wanted to leave this and go to a thrift store and try to find one and like
Right.
throw it, right?
That was like the heartbreak of the century. I like I said, I got up early the next morning. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna pick this up.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And it's like that. I have one of those too, man. It's that Ghostbusters trap that I missed a couple of years ago, and
Yeah.
it still haunts me to this day.
Or when you get in there and you see the guy with full cart walking to the checkout as you're walking in. Like,
No.
Oh, that shit's happened to Burf. I heard like he missed it by minutes, but the GI Joe at that time.
The real Ghostbuster stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was.
Oh yeah,
that's
the
what it was.
Ghostbusters.
yeah, that would have been awesome to grab.
Yeah,
all that shit too,
yeah.
man.
You walk in and see that, you're just like, you get that warm feeling all over you. You get that jazz going on, all that shit,
Yep,
man.
Yep.
Right.
But yeah, well, how you feel about having your inspiration right next to you? Feels good.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Pretty cool. No, man, I was saying, I kind of watched this channel for like a year or so, and I was like, man, he's doing exactly the same thing that I do. That's pretty freaking awesome. And I love his energy and his, his catchphrases, all this stuff. And I'm like, this guy's awesome. I was like, if he can go and do this, why can't I do the same thing?
Right.
So, I had to switch it up a little bit. I didn't want to, rip him off totally by doing the same kind of things that he did, So
You got to make your own song up and everything. So you
right.
I love watching your videos, man. I do. I watch a good bit of them. I don't watch like all of them, but I'm sure now that you've got a channel, you probably understand that too. Like,
Oh yeah,
you're busy like editing and like getting video and filming, and you just don't watch as many other toy channels. But I still watch it.
that.
Yeah, like all those puzzles you were finding.
Mhm.
All those
Oh, yeah.
vintage puzzles. Like I was just like, man, I've never found a vintage puzzle.
I don't know what it was, man. It was just like a hot streak there for a minute. I just kept finding like every thrift store I would go in. I had like the Care Bears, Secret of Nim, all these different puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't even collect puzzles, and I just kept finding them.
You do now.
I do now.
Now he has 1,000.
I bought a couple of puzzles not too long ago just because they had like some cool Ninja Turtle like toon art on them. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make this 50-piece puzzle, but
Right.
I've never put one of them together that I bought. They're still,
hate
they're
puzzles.
just in the box, but I love just setting them up, just the artwork on the front of them, just to have it with my collection,
I always
Yeah.
hated doing puzzles. I'm like, they're all the same color. I can't figure this shit out. Like, it drives me crazy. I don't want to do those things, man. You know what cracks me up about Burf's channel is, though? He's like dancing around the parking lot. He has the camera up.
Oh, I
He's
know.
talking. I can't do all that in the parking lot.
No,
I
I
have
can't
people beeping at me, running me over, all kinds of shit going on. But he's like doing the jazz dance out there, and
Right.
he's like, "What you got for me today?" And I'm like, if I start swinging my hands around, they're gonna think I'm a crackhead or something. I'm like,
Dude,
what's
I
this guy doing?
remember the video that you did probably a few weeks ago, where you like had all that stuff blow out the back of your car. And I was like, holy
earlier
crap,
this
man. He's
summer.
like running up and down through the highway grabbing all this
I didn't
stuff.
see that.
I'm
one.
surprised you didn't get run over, man.
I know. Well, I had a lot of people comment saying, "Oh my God, like you need to be careful," because like I mean, it was. I had gone to a yard sale and I bought this big stack of comics. When I don't normally buy comics, but they were cool and they were cheap. They were like $1 each, and so I bought a stack of them. And then like I didn't close the back of my vehicle, so I drove down the road. I got 5 miles away to the next destination, and then as I was driving, it was funny. As I was driving, I was looking through the rearview mirror and I was like, "Wow, that back window is really clean." Like it just like and like turns out the back was up. So yeah, I was on the side of the highway and cars were like
You're playing like human Frogger back there, trying to get your comics from the road. That's crazy.
I want to say what's up to some people. Here we go. T3 Collects showed up. What's up? Dragon Master Finds. Thanks for joining us. Art G is here. Duffman is here. What's up, Duffman?
What's going on?
Hey, Clint. What's up, man?
Alcazar. I don't know why that Alcazar part always like messes me up. Clint Rousey.
Where's he at?
And Rolando finally made it. I was getting worried. I was getting worried that Rolando wasn't going to make a show.
Yeah. That would be death-defying. Like we would lose everything.
I was like, dude, what's going on?
He's our bread and butter. Like,
holy crap, Terry Funk died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I
Mega
feel like
Demon
every
said, "Did you
day
hear the
is
wrestling
something
news?"
Every
What's
day,
that?
I feel like every day some big name dies.
Yeah, there's a lot of wrestling like people passing lately, and well, the last few years, it's like, damn, man, I grew up with these people. You know, it feels like you do anyway because you watch them all the time.
It's probably why they're hitting harder.
I saw somewhere where like wrestlers, like their average lifespan, well, I don't know what it is now, but this was probably like 15 years ago. Their average lifespan was like 55 to 60. That's where a lot of because of all the trauma, that they did to their bodies. Just same with football players. It used to be that like they died early too.
Right.
Yeah, they think like wrestling's. I mean, it's predetermined, but they still take bumps, man. They take some major bumps sometimes. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like that Undertaker and Mankind match. Did you guys ever see where they're on the page?
Oh,
and like,
yeah. Oh, I watched it live.
It was real. That was real.
Yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen when he fell through the cage. That was not supposed to happen. But he wasn't even braced for that. Then he falls on the thumbtacks. Like, on top of that.
He did it like twice.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude, when he got chokeslammed through that cage by mistake through the Hell in a Cell, he had a tooth come through his nose.
Right. I was just getting ready to say that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's not like they're jumping around on pillows or nothing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's a soft, but it's not that soft. It's all bored under there and shit.
And then a few years before that, like Mick Foley, the same guy that did, Mankind, got his ear ripped off. I don't know if you guys heard about that. Got his ear ripped off because his head got twisted in the ropes. And like both the ropes were like on the side of his head. And he had to like wedge his head out and it ripped his ear right off.
Yeah. That's where Evander Holyfield got the idea.
Right.
That's why you make those big bucks, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, give up an ear, or,
Oh, yeah. That's giving your all, It's like, there's some like wrestling wrestlers that like got hurt in real life like that, and shit gets twisted real fast, man. It goes bad, you don't expect it to. Like it does. It's not in the script, obviously, but shit happens. Like the tooth through the nose, the missing ear, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So you got to respect the guys for giving their body like that, man.
If you take anybody watch Ahsoka?
Oh yeah,
I haven't
I
seen
would,
it yet. I definitely plan to though.
I haven't seen it.
yeah, I loved
I
it.
honestly, oh my god, really?
I did.
Dude, the
I
writing
loved
is
it.
terrible.
You didn't like it?
The writing is terrible, dude.
I loved every minute of it,
Why would
dude.
there be a ball with with a map to the major villain sitting in a temple? That's just stupid.
That's just what they do on Star Wars. I thought it was close to being like Star Wars again. You know, it wasn't like some other crazy nonsense that they've been putting out lately. I loved it.
I don't know.
I couldn't take my eyes off the screen the whole time. I was like,
I thought the opening scene was good, but I think the writing is terrible.
to each their
How
own,
many-
you know.
How many shows did they show? 2 so far?
So,
Yeah.
hmm
That's what I thought.
they're about 45 minutes each or so. Not bad.
Is it on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I've seen some mixed reviews though. But yeah.
Well, that's kind of like at the end of the day, it's just what you like. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
I know, like, there were tons of people that hated the new Indiana Jones, and I heard a lot of that chatter before I went to see it, Dial of Destiny. And
Mhm.
I got there, and me and Nicole, we went in with just the attitudes of, hey, look, you know what? This is the last time we're going to see Harrison Ford playing
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, and I'm here to just go on an adventure with him. And I actually enjoyed it. I kind of like blocked out, like, I mean, there were undertones of like demasculating people and, you know, Indian and all that stuff. But like, it didn't bother me, you know?
Right.
I enjoyed it, but a lot of people hated
Not
it.
to mention all of that in Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Indiana Jones yet. I haven't seen The Flash yet. I haven't watched any of those new movies yet. I don't go to the movies very often.
I feel like Indiana Jones is like basically what you said. You know, it's like a goodbye to it, in my opinion, or to
Right.
him.
Right.
I mean, it should be. I don't think they can do much more with that.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, if you go, that's the other thing too. Like, I mean, I will say in Hollywood, a lot of the movies they just put out nowadays are just trash. And it's a lot of it. It's just like,
Mhm.
it's rehashing old concepts, but trying to make them more modern, you know, like,
Mhm.
cause the old movies they're dated, you know, so they put
Mhm.
this new twist on but they're not really coming up with anything new.
Yeah,
No,
there's
you
no
know?
creativity. We say it all the time. Yeah, there's no creativity.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like the same old ball game over and over. It's like Groundhog Day, same shit. That's why I gave up on a lot of Marvel, because I just got tired of seeing like 30 Spider-Mans and things like that.
Yeah. I love Indiana Jones though, man. I don't care if I haven't seen it
Oh,
either,
yeah.
the new one, but I don't care if it's a dud. I'll watch it 1,000 times.
Yeah, I mean, I
I'll love
watched the last one. It was a dud, but you know what? It's Indiana Jones, so
Right.
it is what it
exactly.
is.
Yeah, it's like Crystal Skull, dude. I bought this was 2007, 8 when it came out,
Mhm.
right? Like afterwards, I bought the DVD and I probably watched that movie fucking 30 times.
Mhm.
Well, I thought you were going to say you bought the Crystal Skull. I was like, you know, you won't.
Yeah,
You found one at Goodwill.
right. Yeah,
Look what I found today,
I might have a Crystal Skull.
I thought you were going to say,
dude. That was so funny when you had that mask on.
You know, the crazy
Oh,
thing
man.
too about that, like those Crystal Skulls, those are actually real things.
oh, yeah.
Like, there
Yeah.
are they're in museums across the world, but there's like a handful. I think there's like 7 known to man, and they don't know how they made it. Like, it looks like it was cut with a freaking laser, is what they said. It was so the surface so smooth and so detailed. Anyway, but yeah, I thought that was kind of neat that there are crystal skulls out there.
Oh yeah.
All right. Right.
And I remember going down that rabbit hole, doing all that research. Like,
Mhm.
dude, no, these are real.
Right.
Quentin Rousey. Anyone watch the new Twisted Metal? Yeah, the new Twisted Metal. I thought that was really cool, actually.
I started it, but I didn't finish it because I had to switch to something else that I had to catch up on.
What's that about?
Like the old video game with the cars that drive around and shoot each other and shit.
Oh, okay. No.
The
Yeah.
old PlayStation game. It was actually, I really liked the show. I thought it was really, I binged it one sitting.
Is it one season so far?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't. I started. I think I started the first episode, and then my wife was like, "I don't really like this," and I'm like, "Shit!" And I turned it, so I haven't
What
gotten
is it?
back to it
Oh,
yet.
it's on Peacock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The only thing I watch on Peacock is WWE, like the
yeah.
the
Truth be
premium.
told, me
They
too.
have some good
Yeah.
stuff on there. Once they're like new movies will pop up on there. Like I don't know,
Mhm.
it's not all the time, but once in a while.
Yeah. Netflix. I've got Netflix and Peacock back recently, and I really can't find anything good on either one right now. So it's kind of like a. I mean, maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but it's like nothing there
Yeah.
for me. But I always have Disney Plus, so I just go watch that. I've been watching Rebels because I started it a long time ago. Then I stopped. Then I had to finish it, try to finish it before Ahsoka came on, or else I'd be lost.
And I
So I
can't even
got
tell
most of the
you.
way through.
I can't even tell you how many times my wife is like a huge Star Wars fan too.
Mhm.
So we watch, like, if there's nothing else on, we just watch Star Wars. We watch Clone Wars or Rebels or whatever, something.
Yeah, that's my go-to if nothing else.
Speaking
Then
of
my
Star
wife will leave.
Wars,
She'll go upstairs. She don't like it.
is
So
that your big X-wing there in the back?
Yeah.
Did you find that in a thrift store?
No, actually, I stole that from my son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
did he find it in a thrift store?
he got it for
Which one?
he got it for a present, I think, from his uncle when he was a little
Oh,
kid.
wow.
But I'm like,
Cool.
hey,
That's how you do it.
I'm gonna
Right?
take this and put it with my stuff. He's like, all right.
Cool kid. Very compliant. I like that.
I had a guy on Facebook Marketplace about a year and a half ago, I guess maybe. I had found it was a newer version of the Millennium Falcon,
Mhm.
and but it was missing pieces and stuff like that. So I put it on Marketplace, I think for like $30, and this guy said I'll take it. So I met up with him, and I was like, we got to talking, and he was saying he's a big Star Wars fan. But what he said he did, he showed me pictures of it. But he said that he had taken his son's room, and he had like painted the ceiling like blue, and then put like these clouds, like they were like they kind of hung from the ceiling. They were like I don't know what, there's some sort of material, and made clouds, and then like he hung the Star Wars all the different vehicles, and he was going to hang the Millennium Falcon from it. So, but he showed me a picture of it, like of the ceiling. He didn't have any of the, the ships hanging from it yet, but he showed me what he did with it. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Sounds cool.
I saw a little similar to that. Some guy, he had like clouds, like whatever kind of material it was, and then he ran like the LED lights through it, and then it looked like lightning shooting through it.
Oh, that's cool.
The guy who does
recently.
This guy that does some of my electricity, he wanted to do that to my ceiling, like with the clouds, and like make them out of, I don't know. He was talking about some kind of foam and all that, and I'm like, I don't know, man. This sounds like a lot. If I ever move, I have to undo this shit. So I don't know if I want to do all this.
Right.
So yeah.
I
Too
guess
much
they got
work.
fake clouds at IKEA. IKEA's got everything.
Yeah. But you can also get the ones that you just sit on a table and it like glares up and it looks like you have stars and shit on the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
So,
like a projection type thing.
Yeah, and it's only like so big, like the microphone size. I mean, and it just shoots all these colors up.
I've seen those in thrift stores.
They're cheap too. I don't know how good they look in person, but they look really good on, online and shit when you look at them. So I just opted to go with like these floodlights I found that somebody told me about. And I was like, no, they work for me. I'll do that. I don't have to undo shit if I ever move. Like, I don't have to take cotton down from the ceiling and all this shit. Like, they're gonna be like, what kind of freaky shit's going on here? Like, what kind of shit is this?
Or if you find anything big out shopping lately?
Yeah. Yesterday I found 2 big bags. I think there were like, so it had all the Constructicons, Generation 1 from the 80s. And then it had a whole bunch of other like vintage Transformers from the 80s. But anyway, I got them for like $7 or $8. It was $3.99 a bag. So it was like $8 per stack. I found that recently. And then I also found a 1980 Imperial Walker at Goodwill about 5 days ago.
Oh wow.
Huh.
And it had 2 vintage Star Wars figures in it. So I was just like, oh my God. And the best part is I got it with I think it was $3.99 or $4.99 or something like that.
Wow.
Like it was dirt cheap.
And I'll tell you what, the thing that kills me when I'm watching burst videos, man, you always find like, I don't know what it is, like your stores always have like the best stuff in their bags. Like my stores around me, the bags are trash, like everywhere. Like I see you, finding, action figures and Transformers and all this stuff, man. I'm like, holy crap.
Right. Yeah, there's a handful of stores that their bags are good. And then there's others that like, there's this one Texas thrift I go to. I started going to it a couple months ago. It's over in Garland. And it sucks, man. I've never found a figure in their baggies. I found some stuff on their shelves, but like nothing. Their bags are just all Mickey D's toys and little plastic dinosaurs,
Ours don't even have baggies at all.
Bags by me, it'll be like a McDonald's toy, a fake flower, a crayon, some random
right?
Like,
fucking crayon.
Yeah, like
a vintage crayon.
Half melted candle.
This crayon's from 1978. Like,
seriously,
that's funny.
I'm like, dude, you guys could at least try to put like some similar stuff in these things.
All mine has is like plates and old smelly shoes and like I'm telling you, it's terrible. Like Halloween decorations at Christmas time and all kinds of stupid shit.
I think the best bag I found was a bag of the raisins, the raisins from back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're cool.
Those are cool.
The little Smurfs too. We were talking about that before because I have a few of those Smurfs.
Yeah.
The little tiny ones, and you have a bunch.
Once in a while too.
Yeah, they're
little
cool.
PVC figures. I love those things.
Yeah.
I remember
Phil,
getting them.
what's the most awesome thing you found so far in the thrift stores?
I asked him that backstage. I want to see if he gives me the same answer.
I think
I may have asked him live earlier before you came on.
I think it's about a year ago. I found a vintage Snake Mountain, but it was just the shell. There was nothing inside. Like everything was out. There was nothing inside of it.
Still,
I still haven't pieced it together yet, but it was like $5 for the shell of the Snake Mountain.
Yeah.
So that's probably the most epic thing that I found so far.
Yeah, that would
give I was saying, like what you said the other day on one of your videos, Burf, was like you get the empty shell and then you can pay a little bit of money to complete it. Sometimes it works out like that. You did something like 40-some bucks.
The Warthog. Yeah, so I found the shell of it.
Yeah.
I was able to piece it back together for like $34.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dragon Master, he's one of my friends locally here. He's talking about Plymouth Meeting store that I go to sometimes. They charge $3, $4, $5 for like one little figure there.
I was gonna bring that up. I've been noticing that at like my Goodwills, like, dude, they're like trying to make top dollar on this shit now.
Oh yeah, Goodwill's getting bad.
It's not like donated stuff anymore. It's like they think they're trying to make a killing on this stuff.
Right.
Well, the dollar store's not even the dollar store anymore, and Five Below is now $5.55, right? Or some shit like that. I saw online. Was it a joke? I don't know. Maybe it was a joke, but I saw somebody changing the sign to $5.55 and below, or some shit like that. But
I recently walked into the Goodwill by my house, dude, and they had all these shoes up on behind the register. Like, they were decent. There might have been like a pair of Jordans and stuff like that. They're all worn. Like, you could tell they were worn.
Yeah.
And I mean, they had like resale prices on them of like Jordans that that are like decent with a box. I'm like, dude, are you guys fucking high?
Right.
They had grass stains on them and shit.
No, seriously, I was like, my God.
Yeah, what's interesting. I'm sorry. What's interesting, so I've been putting videos on YouTube for about 3 years now. When some of my old videos pop up and I'll like watch them, the difference in price between just 3 years ago and today is like double.
Oh yeah.
So the bags were like $1.99, $2.99. Now they're like $4.99, $3. You know what I mean? So like just those little baggies, and you're getting garbage in them most of the time. So, but everything has gotten out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find for some reason I always find like Back to the Future NECA figures. Like there'll be like one sitting. It'll be like with the box, but they're probably missing some of the accessories or whatever. And they
that's good. I would pick that up.
They want like $45 for it. I'm like, no way.
Oh no, not that.
No, I'm not paying full price for a used, toy that's sitting on at the shelf
Right.
at Target.
Well, the other day I found this Venom figure, and he came in a little card. It was about this tall. The Venom, was maybe like maybe 3 inches. Like he wasn't even that big. They at Goodwill, they wanted $15 for him, and I was
Damn.
like, "What the fuck?" And like,
Yeah.
so I ended up. There was a friend of mine who told me to keep an eye out for Venom figures, and I had picked it up. I was like, "Hey, Brian, I'm going to get this," and I was like, "Oh no, Brian, I'm not paying $15 for it."
I'll get it for you, Brian, but you have to pay me $18 for the trouble.
Right.
Good. They're even getting bad with especially with Goodwill. I don't know, a video that I just dropped today. I went to 2 different Goodwills. One of them, like with their DVDs, man, they'll put out like a box set of DVDs that has like a slip cover with 5 or 6 little DVD cases in it. They'll take the slip cover and throw it out and individually price each DVD at like $2.99 each.
Oh
I'm like,
that's so sleazy, man.
It is sleepy.
So your friend Dragon Master says he got tricked by Goodwill. They had a Furby in box priced at $50, thinking it was new and sealed. They very carefully repacked it, and basically nothing in the box. That sucks.
That's happened to me. Not with a Furby, but
Yeah.
you know what you're talking about. Yeah, this too. This is exactly what it is. They Goodwill realized people are donating valuable stuff, and they basically started their own eBay store.
They do have their own eBay store.
Yeah, I heard that too. Like, what?
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
They're gonna put you out of business. Jesus Christ.
They used to have the glass cases by me, and now I've noticed now they got rid of the glass cases. So I don't know if anything that they thought goes in there now they sell privately or what. But
The Inglorious glass case, or I haven't been in too many Goodwills lately, but every time I go, they have shit like mine. It's just terrible. Like I said, everything around here is terrible.
Right.
I'm gonna video it one day so you guys can see what I go through.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go in there.
You should.
I'm gonna try it. And watch the one day I film it. It's gonna have like everything.
Right.
good luck.
But
Good luck.
I know, right? No, nobody around here. I think they would sell it on the street before they would bring it to Goodwill. People around here, I think, I don't think they're just gonna donate shit, like for the most part. Like,
Right.
That's like Century, like we were talking about with Century that time. Like that's kind of where we're getting at right now. Is people have their phones, they can look the shit up, so they're not those days of like walking into a good garage sale and seeing a whole collection of vintage toys is kind of over, because people know that they can sell them on eBay now and look up the price. It's just easy.
Yeah, I went to a yard sale from Marketplace about 3 months ago. I found it on Marketplace. They had NECA figures, like horror NECA figures. So I went there. They didn't have prices on them. When I got there, the prices were like 25, 35, 40. I'm like,
Wow.
Is this Target? Like, you know how you go to a yard sale early in the morning and the morning dew is like getting things like a little wet? And these were all wet and shit. And I'm like, why am I going to buy a wet ass NECA figure for $35 if I can get a dry one right now at Target? What the hell is that all about?
Speaking of that, guys, like I didn't put this video out yet, but I'll tell you, I'll give you a heads up, everybody. So these things right here, I went into Walmart. Let's see, there we go. I went into Walmart 2 days ago, and all of these were on sale for $2.
Not here, they won't be.
Clearance price was $2, dude. Like,
Yeah, my
I can
Walmart.
see you guys find these
8 different figures.
Jesus, $2 for that.
How does he
Wow.
go? Like, I see all these people like Art G be doing that. He finds this stuff for like nothing. Like,
Man,
He goes to the
RG
same store, James. Yeah.
Yeah, RG lives like right in my same area. I don't ever find any like nearly the deals that he does. He's like the deal master, man.
and it's like shit that is just hitting shelves. Like, I'm talking like brand new NECA products. He'll go in there and they're like $5. I'm like,
Right?
That's like those things just came out. Like
I
those,
know.
like
yeah,
I was
those
like-
too.
I'm like,
$2. Damn.
I was like, somebody had to make a mistake. So I bought them all. I got there were some doubles and stuff that I got so I could do like giveaways on my channel and stuff.
Oh
like
hell yeah, yeah.
Heck yeah. Yeah, man, my Walmarts never have anything like that.
No. Mine are terrible. Their clearance is usually just like stationary supplies and cotton balls and shit like that. Like,
Cookie cutters.
why is
And,
a cotton ball on clearance? Like, what the hell could be wrong with a cotton ball?
Walmart's not even on my toy hunting like list anymore. Like
No.
the only
no,
way
I hardly
you'll
ever
see
go.
Walmart in one of my toy hunting videos now is if I have to go to Walmart for like food or something. I'll
Or
just go look around,
toothpaste.
but
Yeah.
it's not worth even me going to anymore.
Yeah, but some guys go all the time, and like I'm like, I was just talking about this with T3 earlier. I was like, people go there all the time, and it's the same shit. There's nothing new. Like you could look online and say, all right, there's nothing new at this store. I already know it because nothing new came out. So you're looking at the same shit over and over, but it works for them. I don't know how. I guess everybody's just brainwashed to keep watching. I don't know. I don't get it, but I'm one of them.
We all want.
I'm one of the fucking idiots that do it.
The store stuff it is going to be a lot of the same stuff. It's you're looking for the collectible stuff that gets put out randomly.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen around here very often.
Like one peg, because you're not going all the time, so you're not going to find it.
I could go every day, and the shit's the same. There's a figure.
You'd probably find it.
There's a figure in the Funko section at one of my Walmarts that's been there for as long as I started collecting again. It's never moved.
I mean, we all have that though.
It's never moved. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, man. My Walmart, no, it's terrible. Like you go in there, it's like a barren wasteland of deserted figures. You know.
Yeah, that's why I don't even mess. And the only reason, like I said, if I go to Walmart, it's because I'm there, like buying food or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, Clint, I do have another guy. What's funny is that I have this other guy named Brian who wants me to keep an eye out for Venom figures. And he actually asked me to do that before you had asked me to do that. So when I got that Venom figure for you in that one video, Brian ended up messaging me like, hey, bro, like, I was the guy who wanted the Venom figures, and I was just like, oh no, I got this other guy named Clint that also, I'm like, I'm sorry, I like got it, Chris. So anyway, yeah, so I got
how dare you
keeping things out for, but I got to get Brian next.
We have some controversy here. Brian and Clint fighting over birth toys. I can't believe that. What a night.
The drama.
The Dragon Master says he only goes to Walmart to buy his insulin. So yeah, that goes to show you. So there you go.
Oh, dude, I was happy to find, dude, this, like, the last couple of weeks, Mattel is re-releasing Street Sharks, and then that Nacelle company is releasing new Cowboys and Moo Mesa stuff and a new cartoon, dude. I was super hyped.
Oh, really?
Super 7 is doing Mars Attacks Ultimates.
Oh, wow.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be good.
That's cool.
He's on that.
I want some Starship Trooper remakes.
Oh yeah,
that's what I want.
Dude, I could see it. These companies are like just digging up everything from the past right now.
I'd like to see, and I know somebody did it like several years ago. There's actually a set of these online where you can buy them, but they're pretty pricey. I think it's like $300-400 for the set. But The Last Starfighter, I would let that movie from the 80s. Like I would love to see somebody like redo that again, because like it's been a while and I've looked at that other set. And it's just like out of my price range, you know?
Yeah. It's like something NECA would do probably.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They do like Back to the Future. NECA does like a lot of like human figures, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if Street Sharks is getting a new show or movie. Right now, I just heard that they're re-releasing the vintage figures or retro figures, whatever you want to call them.
Sometimes that's a sign though that something's coming. Who knows?
Usually that is the reason. I don't know. I guess we'll find out soon.
Mm-hmm.
And we go to Walmart to buy my insulin.
Exactly. Yeah. Go there if you need something else.
You gotta go to the register with like insulin and a Spider-Man toy. Oh yeah, and a gallon of milk.
Yeah.
Right.
We're good now.
If you find a Spider-Man toy.
Yeah, we won't find one here. Although I did find that one here, but
Burf bottom all up.
Yeah,
right.
He's going to every state buying the $2 one.
I don't know why this just popped into my head, but I one time I was at, I guess because we're talking about registers and stuff like. So I was in a Goodwill one time, and I had bought like a bunch of like dinosaurs, and this lady, she goes, are these for your son? And I was like,
fuck no.
I go, yes. And she goes, how old's your son? And I was like, 5. And then I was just like, I only have a daughter. I don't have any kids or any sons.
And he's handicapped. So do I get it for free?
So,
Right.
but I was like, yeah, it was just kind of like embarrassing for just a small moment. I was like, like
You might get them free. Just keep saying yes.
But you're like those guys in like the Ninja Turtle groups that are like trying to get deals on figures, and you're like, yeah, I'm trying to buy it for my son.
right. I've had my wife, like Nicole, like she's like called me out before, like we'll be in Target and I buy something, going through the checkout, and then she'd be like, okay, here's your toy, you were a good boy today.
I always ask my wife,
Why
can
you
you ask
doing me like that?
can you ask the associate if they have this in the back? So I don't want to ask and look like the douche. Oh man.
Oh,
That's
dude, I don't
funny.
even ask employees shit because I don't trust them to go look anyways. So
They just go back there and go.
if it's not out on the floor, I just come back and like the next day or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I haven't done that in a long time, but she's a good sport. She'll go do it. But
Or they're
my
like,
son over there wants to know if you have this in the back, and she points to me. Jeez.
When I used to collect Funko Pops, I used to ask like Target employees and all the time. They'd come back and like, oh no, we don't have anything. So I just stopped asking too.
yep, that's the same thing.
I would rather them go back and stand there for a minute than just say to me, everything we have is out. I hate that fucking line, dude.
Oh yeah.
Just go humor
At
me.
least
Go
go.
look.
Yeah.
Just humor me, man.
Go play with
Pretend
yourself
you're
for 5
looking.
minutes, then come back out and tell me. Like, I don't care what you do.
It's not worth even asking them.
Go smoke
Humor
a
me.
cigarette if you need to.
Yeah. Go play with yourself, then smoke a
Like-
cigarette, and then tell me. I don't care.
You got the
Whatever.
new Spider-Man figures. What is Spider-Man? Like, what the fuck you mean? What is Spider-Man? You know what the fuck Spider-Man is?
Sorry, I work in the hair department.
Fuck,
I don't know what
it's
Spider-Man is.
pathetic what you did out of them. That's why I stopped asking. It's just
Sorry,
like,
I work in
I don't want to
seasonal.
hear the bullshit.
Yeah. Even GameStop here. I don't get the. Everybody has the most people have the buy one get two free. Not here. It's like buy one. That's it. You don't get no deal.
You ain't getting nothing.
Nothing. Shit.
Right.
See, we have that, but it's like the only reason I'd be buying it is because it's buy one get two free. So I don't go there either anymore.
Yeah, I'm probably lucky that they don't have it because I'd buy stupid shit that I don't
You
need
just end up buying stuff just because it's on sale, and it's like
and then
I
selling
buy
it.
this all year long. I don't need it now. So
Yeah.
The only way you can buy something at GameStop is if it's on sale, because everything else is like $30 for a $15 figure that you could go somewhere else and buy it for $15. It's on GameStop for $35. You know.
True.
Right.
I haven't been in a GameStop in a while. I saw somebody say the other day though that like GameStop doesn't even really sell that many games anymore. Like, is that true? Or
oh
do
yeah,
they?
probably not. I mean,
I've seen games in there, but I don't think they have as many as they used to because most stuff's downloadable now.
Yeah.
You know, and which I hate.
like Dragon Master, they got 4,000 copies of Madden.
Yeah. Madden 18. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I don't play video games much anymore. I would love to play like an old like the original Zelda again or something like that. But
Yeah.
these new games, man, there's too many buttons and shit. Like I'm
Oh,
getting
man,
too old for that, man.
My
Arthritis is
son wants
kicking in
me
and shit. And like
He even wants me to play games with him all the time, and I'm like, I've tried several times. I just can't do it. Like I hate the first person, like looking around and give me freaking Mario where I can just have like one little guy running across the screen.
yeah,
That's what I want.
I
Like,
just
like
got the
Frogger.
I
Yeah.
just got the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. That shit's awesome.
Hmm.
I had to pick that up.
Yeah, I missed the old game where it was
Speaking of,
like
stores that suck, dude. Amazon got me again. I ordered a Ninja Turtle 4-pack, and there's two different ones. Each of them come with two turtles and then either Shredder or Foot Soldiers. Well, I ordered the Foot Soldier one. They sent me the Shredder one. Do the return thing. They sent me the fucking wrong one a second time. So then I call them again. Now all they want to do is refund it. I'm like, so you're not going to try to fix your fucking problem, or you're just going to? And then I'm looking at like reviews, and everybody's going through the same shit. I'm like, so you guys are just going to continue to send wrong items to people? You're not going to try to fix it?
is the Foot Clan one a chase or something? Is
No,
it rare?
There's just two. There's just two sets.
Interesting.
I avoid Amazon at all costs.
I don't usually have problems with Amazon. Then again, I don't buy many toys on there either. Your mom said here Pong on Atari. Yeah, I remember that game.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah.
Pong was
Very
awesome.
basic. I can do that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
I used to-
I love new video games. They're like movies now, dude.
I mean, I love the way they
Open
look, but
world and
like
shit, do whatever the fuck you want. Like,
I was able to do like Resident Evil, but then once it got more complex than that, like I tried to play Call of Duty one time, and by the time I turned around, I was shot like 30, 40 times because I couldn't turn around.
Right.
I was like, what buttons to turn around this damn thing? Like, I was all screwed out. He's doing all this, and I'm like, what is going on? I can't play this shit. I gave it up.
N64 or Sega Genesis is like the peak of my
That's
skill level.
probably where I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nintendo, even the regular Nintendo, the normal one, I can play that really good. But
Oh yeah.
2 buttons and a control pad, easy.
Yeah.
Now you gotta use every finger to push all these buttons. I'm like,
Right.
man, it's too much. Too much brain activity for me.
the one game that I still, out of everything I've ever played, is the Lion King game for Super Nintendo. I still cannot get past the level where you got to swing on their tails, like you got to swing on their tails and like jump on the giraffe heads and shit. Dude, I can't get past
I
that.
think I remember that.
I can't to this day.
I remember a game called well, I know you know Contra. That was a pretty popular game.
Oh, yeah.
I love Contra. Well, Pitfall was another good one that I used to love.
Oh, I love Pitfall.
Pitfall was great. And then Metroid.
Mm-hmm.
The original Metroid was good too. But there was one part on there that I got stuck and I could not get past it to save my life. And finally, when I finally did it, I was on that jazz. I couldn't believe it. Like,
I was playing Pitfall. This is probably a couple of years ago. I have an Atari. I was playing it, and I've never actually went the whole 20 minutes like without wasting all my lives, right? So you have 20-minute clock and it counts down. You have to score, get as much golden shit. And like no shit, dude, it got down to like 17 seconds left on the clock. I'm like, I'm gonna complete this thing. I was on my last life, and I fucking jumped for that thing to swing across, and I was gonna, and
the alligator got you.
like I went right into the tar pit. It was like 17
That little
seconds.
shitty ass alligator came up and was like,
Yeah.
"Wah, wah, wah."
Do you play your Atari on like a flat screen TV?
I've got it right here. I play
Oh,
it.
nice, dude.
Yeah.
Nice. You
Yeah.
got to put it on that thing. Yeah.
Got an old school setup with it.
You got to leave it on that, and you got to leave the dust on the screen. That's better, like that,
Right?
Remember how they used to get like really dusty? Not yours.
Oh.
I'm just saying. Remember how they used to get really dusty? You got to leave it like that.
It's so fun. So I used to install satellite dishes when I was younger. I was like
Mhm.
between like 19 and 20. I worked for this company called SeaWorld Satellites, SEE,
Mhm.
World Satellites in Blairsville, Pennsylvania. And this guy who owned the place, his name was Ricky Miller, but he was from North Carolina, so he had this real strong Southern accent. So I'd go out on these jobs with him, and he was just a no bullshit kind of guy. And I remember we went into this one, like we were out in the boonies, and like it was this real redneck family, and like we went into their house, and there was like fucking pots and pans everywhere. There was dog shit on the floor. There was food.
Jesus.
There was food like on the table on plates that hadn't been cleaned up. Like it was a wreck. So we go in there and we set the dish up and stuff like that. And then what I would do is I was the guy who set the dish up, and then he would tune it in, right? So we're sitting there, and he gets in front of their TV and he goes, "Holy fucking shit! When's the last time you cleaned this motherfucker? Give me a fucking rag!" And like the lady and the husband, like the husband was just standing there, and the lady, his wife, ran in, got him a rag, and he like wiped off the TV. Like, dude, it was like this much fucking dust on it, dude.
Oh,
It was horrible. Oh, and it stunk so bad in there. It was like, ugh.
I don't know. I would pick the shit from the floor before I'd clean the TV screen. That's just me. I don't know, but he didn't say, "Holy fucking shit! There's a turd on your floor," or multiple turds on the floor.
Dude, this one time with him, so we were out in the middle of nowhere, right? So in Pennsylvania, they've got those big rolling hills, right? So this guy, he was in a trailer, husband, wife, whatever, their kids, they were all in a trailer, and there was a big mountain like right beside a big hill, big huge hill, right? So we couldn't get a signal from their trailer to where the satellite was because the hill was blocking the signal. So he says to them, he goes, if you want a satellite dish, you're going to have to go get yourself like a 25-foot pole, and then we can install it on top of it. But other than that, you ain't getting a dish today. So like we left. A week later, the guy contacts us and says, hey, I got a 25-foot pole installed. So this is in winter, dude. It's like in January. So like it's like probably like 25 degrees this day. We're out, my fingers are freezing, and we get to this place, and he looks at me, and he looks at that pole, and then he looks at me and he goes, all right, boy, let's see if you got brass balls. Get on up there. Like, dude, I climbed this. So it was like a triangular pole that went up, right? And it had rungs on each side of it. And they had it bolted on a cement slab on the bottom and all this stuff. And then like some wires that were going to like stabilize it, you know? So this guy actually put in like quite a bit of effort to put this thing in. So I climbed up that thing, dude, in winter. My fingers are freezing. I don't know if you've ever tried to work your fingers when they're like frozen, but it doesn't work very well. So I actually climbed up this thing without a harness, and I stood on top of this pole. I'm like 25 feet up, and the wind's blowing, and it's like doing this. Like, dude, I was so scared out of my mind, and I had these little nuts that I had to like mount the dish, and then like mount the nuts, and then like, you know, wrench them in, you know, crank them in, whatever. But dude, it was yeah, dude, I like when I came down from that, I was just like, I could have died.
I quit.
Like he didn't give a shit. So like it was like 2 weeks later I quit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing this.
That story kind of reminds me of like something. When I first moved into my new house, I wanted to have it power washed, and it was like in March or something like that. By the time we moved in and got settled, wanted to get this done. So we had some guys come over. They were handyman. He was like, I'll power wash your house. So we made the schedule for it to get done, and he comes over, and it starts like raining, and it's icy, and it's like it's not raining, but it's like ice. It's coming down, and he's on this ladder, like trying to sprint. I'm like, dude, I think you should stop. He's like, no, I'm almost done, and he keeps going. And you just see this ladder doing this, and his feet are like slipping off the rungs, and I'm all right. I was like, are you sure you don't want to stop? And I don't think it's going to take really well. It's going to freeze up. It's not doing a good job here. Finally, he listened and he kind of come back and do the whole thing over again anyway. But it was so funny watching this shit out the window. I'm like, I'm not paying if you fall, dude. I'm just going to have to hide you somewhere or something. Like, I'm going to have to keep you. I don't know, man.
I can't afford my premium to go up.
Right. Not that much. Shit. I kept telling him, man, I think you should stop. No, I'm good. And you see the ladder doing this. That's so funny. It was like the ladder was propped against the house, and it was icy, so it was sliding back and forth. Nobody's holding it for him. I'm like, you have a death wish, dude. Get off the ladder. So funny, man.
That's because there's a lot of people out there that would have made him continue to do it.
Probably. But I mean, yeah, I couldn't believe it. I'm almost done. Don't worry. I'm like, your shoes don't even have any tread left on them. They're bald. Like, you're gonna fall. Like, it's so hilarious, dude. My wife's like, if he falls, we're in trouble. I'm like, no, he's in trouble.
We're not.
We're gonna hide him till he heals.
Be like Schultz from Hogan's Heroes. I see nothing.
We'll keep him. We'll keep him and make sure he gets better, and then release him. Oh man. I wouldn't get up there on a nice day. That's the thing. I'm scared of heights, so I'm not going up there. Like, shit. I wouldn't have done what you did, like, for that satellite dish.
Dude,
I'm like, the hell with that.
What's interesting about that, too, is that prior to that, I really wasn't afraid of heights. After that, you can ask Nicole, when we go up in one of those glass elevators, like, I can't look out.
I'll turn the other way.
And I got to be holding on to the rail or something because it freaks me out.
Shit, even when I go to a football game, I tell my buddy, I was like, I got to sit on the first level. I'm not going up top. Because, you know, your ankles are at the back of somebody's head. If you fall over, you're tumbling. I'm like, I'm not doing that shit today. Nope. I'm going down the. I'll just pay more and go down the bottom where I'll watch the shit at home.
Right.
I don't care.
That's why I kind of don't want not to change the subject, but I don't want to go to WrestleMania 40 is going to be in Philly this year.
No.
I'm going to have to sit up like in the nosebleed section, so I don't know if I want to go or
I don't
not.
even think I can afford the nosebleed sections. Do
Right.
you see how much them tickets are? I
No, I haven't
have
even
to
looked
sell
yet.
my firstborn to get that shit. Jesus
How much
Christ.
are they going for?
Oh my God. Like, I know the packages were like up to $10,000 depending on what package
Oh,
you
my
wanted.
God.
4,000, 6,000.
Fuck that.
So me and my friend Scott were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go to WrestleMania. We're all hyped up. The tickets come out. Me and him text each other. Fuck no, we're not going to that." And like, I might go up there and like look around the store they put up and do some events and stuff. But I can't go to that. I'm not putting
Like
that much money after
the
that.
thing I keep thinking about is Peacock is
It's free.
$4.99 a month.
Yeah,
$4.99 a month, man. I'd rather
Yeah,
just
better
sit at
view.
home.
yeah,
Yeah, you can see like right there, you know.
You
You don't have
do.
to worry about
I
what
guess you don't get the atmosphere and the crowd and stuff, though. But
Yeah.
still.
Because you go to like we went to Extreme Rules in October, and when after I watched the rerun, I'm like, oh, I didn't even see that happen. I didn't see that happen. I'm just gonna stick with Peacock.
Wow.
Two buddies of mine got their tickets for $1K. I'd never pay that much for anything I'm not getting laid at. Oh,
I mean, you have a 50-50 chance. I mean, you can try. Trish Stratus is there. You never know, man.
I think your odds went a little farther down.
Oh yeah, probably maybe 10, 90. I don't know. Whatever.
Probably not very good.
Probably not.
I don't know. It just, dude, it's just not worth it. I don't care what live event it is. Like,
No, it's not worth it. Especially when Peacock's free. I mean, $5, whatever. It's not worth it.
it can turn out to be the shittiest fucking show you've ever went to. I mean, there's no guarantees that it's gonna be fun, good, you know.
Like Burf said, you hardly get to see like most of the show anyway. I mean, there's so much going on when you're there. And imagine if you don't get on the floor or like that first little section going up,
You're watching it on a screen anyways.
you're watching ants wrestle because you can't even tell who the fuck they are besides with the music playing. I mean, then that's the only way you can decipher who it is.
You end up watching the Jumbotron screen.
Or that,
That's
yeah.
what you end up watching.
You
Because
watch it on TV anyway. You go to the live event to
you
watch
might
it on
just
TV.
stay home. You don't got to worry about what you yell at the TV. Like, you know,
I don't got to pay the park to stay home. It's free.
Right.
I can eat whatever I want. I can shit in peace. You know,
you don't get gridlocked in the parking lot when you're done trying to get out for 4 hours. Like, no. Fuck off.
I don't have to sit like this next to my buddy Scott like last time, all crammed up. Like when he got up, I was like, I tell him that all the time. He's like, "Screw you!" Like, but I'm like, "Hey, it's true, man. Like, we're both bigger dudes, and like, I need room. Like, them seats are like really tight at the Wells Fargo and things like that.
Yeah,
they're really tight."
I remember when I saw Rage Against the Machine, dude. Me and my buddy sat in my pickup truck, no shit, over 4 hours. Dude, we couldn't even get out of our parking spot. And it was just gridlocked. Nobody moved for like 4 hours. Even though it was like the best concert I've ever been to in my life, it was like the worst experience leaving the fucking place.
That's when you get the barbecue grill back out and just have a hot dog hamburger and hang out for a bit.
We were fucking like pretty much covered in mud and wet. Like, dude, it was just fucking.
That's even worse. You're sitting there like damp, wet clothes. And
Oh, I hate that. That's the worst feeling in the world.
Right. I was sitting there. We were sitting there in our boxers, dude. The windows down, like it was just horrible because we were just covered in mud, dude.
What the fuck was going on there?
It was like Alpine Valley, dude. People are fucking sliding down in the mud, dude. It was fucking nuts, dude.
No more details.
All right.
Even my boxers got wet. Oh my goodness. No shit. It's a memory though. Hey, like good concert, good memory. I try to stay away from all that shit anymore, man. I'm not for crowds. I'm not for waiting in traffic. I'm not for spending a shit ton of money to see nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just not, man. I went to see,
but I'm not paying fucking $2,000 to
Fuck
sit up
no.
with nosebleeds.
That was a cheap one that I saw. I mean, there was actually a $10,000 package, and I'm like, who the fuck do they think lives in Philly? Like, I mean,
right?
Who do they think? What kind of area you think this is? Like,
yeah. Hey, speaking of that, Jay Philly, like, are there like I've seen some videos and stuff like of like certain areas of Philly where it's like zombie land. Is that like real stuff? Like
It's
where
everywhere.
I don't go down there.
Yeah.
I don't like. I kind of live like out in the suburbs. I don't really go down into Philly that much because I hate it down there.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a city person like that at all. But I've seen a lot of those same things.
yeah.
And I mean, just from what I've seen, like you got to go down into Philadelphia to go like to like the New Jersey State Aquarium is like right over the bridge and stuff.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
I mean, there are some pretty nasty and bad places that I've seen personally, so I
Mhm.
can definitely believe what I see on those videos. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Philly multiple times. There's bad areas everywhere, but like right where that aquarium is in Camden, New Jersey, don't go after dark. I'm telling you, because
Oh yeah,
that's a
no,
bad area too.
no.
Make sure you
My,
go through that aquarium in the daylight, like noon.
Yeah,
And
that's
even
exactly.
then, you got to watch behind your back. You know,
I don't know if you guys heard about it, but a few months ago there was like a section of like I-95, which is like one of the biggest,
Mhm.
highways that collapsed like right in
Yeah.
Philadelphia. There was
Northeast
a
Philly, yep.
section
Yep.
that caught on fire and it collapsed and it was shut down for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And like right about that same time, my dad, who lives in Ohio, was going to come here to visit for something, and he was just going to fly. And he was like, "Can you pick me up at the airport?" I'm like, "Dude, I can't because I can't even get to the airport because that section of I-95 is closed." And the way that they had they had it rerouted off the freeway, I said, "There's no way in the world that I am going into that part of Philadelphia where they have traffic routed around that shut down section. Like, I'm not going down there." And I
Especially
saw
when
something
cops can't
online.
even do their job.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I saw something
Yeah.
online. Somebody was like, "I would rather take my chances jumping the park in my
to
car,
try to do your
jumping the
hazard.
freeway."
Yeah, that
than
collapse was
getting
like
off
a
the
cat,
freeway
like
and driving through that neighborhood.
that was up there by Academy Road, I believe, or Allegheny, somewhere up that area, northeast Philly, I believe.
Yeah,
Dragon
yeah.
Master said he lives close to that, but
Well, geez,
Um,
guys, Philadelphia sounds wonderful.
it's as fun as Baltimore. It's just, I mean, they have those kind of areas everywhere, but I mean, I can honestly say I've been to all those areas, and nobody really screws with you. Nobody really does.
No, I've never had a problem in those areas.
But like Philly is beautiful actually because there's a lot of history there.
Yeah, there are some really nice parts,
and there's bad areas everywhere. But I mean, I'm telling you right now, I've never had an issue, and most people are decent people. I think the news puts shit on there that they want to
problems in bad areas. Like
the news escalates everything when they make it look real bad like that. But because that's what they do, they got to keep their job too. So, but I've honestly never had a problem. I would walk down a Philly street and I'm fine. You go to Pat's Steaks. It's not in the most savory of areas, but nobody ever bothers you. Things do happen there, but things happen anywhere, So you just gotta be mindful everywhere you go nowadays.
If you come to Philly, you got to go somewhere better than Pat's Steaks. That's
that just came to my head. I like Jim's.
Do you?
Jim's on South Street. That's my favorite cheesesteak.
What do you like, Jake?
Yeah. Probably John's Roast Pork. It's not even a Philly cheese. It's not even a Philly cheesesteak place, but there's this place called John's Roast Pork, and they do cheesesteaks, but they also do roast pork sandwiches, and that's probably my favorite place.
Is that up near you or?
No, it's down in South Philly, I think.
I don't even never heard of it.
Yeah.
Huh. I have to try. Off to Philly, I guess.
There's a couple other places. I know you were up in Phoenixville not too long ago. There's a couple other places right up here by me. Yeah, man, if you ever come back this way, I'll definitely take you somewhere and get some good cheesesteaks.
Yeah, you're only about an hour from me, so I'm up that way pretty regularly because we go. There's a few breweries we like up there, and like I said, I want to ride my bike up there eventually because I have a lot of nice parks and things like that I want to try out. But yeah, I even want to ride my bike at Valley Forge. Valley Forge has a nice path.
Oh, Valley Forge is nice.
Yeah, it has a nice path around the historical area.
I only live like 10 minutes from there.
Okay, yeah, it's a nice area. Steve's Prince of Steaks is probably my favorite local spot. Never heard of that one either. See, I haven't really gone to Philly a ton. Probably in about the last 5 years, I've probably been there a handful of times. But because I don't have a need to go there, but we have Capriati's here. They have the best cheesesteaks, in my opinion, anywhere. So if you ever come down here, I'll show you a cheesesteak. Capriati's or Casapola's, they have really good cheesesteaks at those two establishments. Cool. Yeah. But Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right?
I'm gonna get in the car and go to Philly.
I've got dinner right after this. I did.
Are you?
Yeah, I haven't eaten dinner yet. I was just like, I'll wait until I told Nicole. I'll wait till it's over.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna
You
be
should
shutting
see
this down soon anyway because we only go an hour and we're a little over that already. But
Yeah.
we can do this again. You know, we can do this again anytime. It was fun. I know we usually talk about back in the day when you're usually on here, Burr. So yeah, that's fun too, man. Some of these memories we have, like it's so much fun just to rehash them.
It is.
So,
It is.
but
Nostalgia.
you guys want to? You guys want to tell everybody where to find you? They should know already, but tell everybody where to find you on.
Like, yeah, I've been on before, so.
All right, Jay Philly,
This is
you're
his
killing
show.
it already. So he's killing it on the microphone. So there you go, man. It's your time. Tell everybody where to find you and
Just J Philly Retro Toys on YouTube, Instagram. I don't have a Facebook page of my own yet, but yeah, pretty much those two places.
That's where I hang out too, man. Yeah, dude, I love your channel, dude. I really do. I think you do a good
I
job.
appreciate that.
he does. I like both
Appreciate
your
that.
channels, honestly. Yep.
I watch all you guys too, so
I appreciate
all the
that.
time.
Yeah, man. What's up, Yukon? Yukon's in the house in the chat.
Thanks for stopping in, bud.
Yeah. Anybody else? You good? Good. Next week we're gonna have Toy Bills. We had to cancel before, but he's coming back next week. Toy Bills will be here with us.
Another Star
on the
Wars
show.
guy.
Yeah, he'll be
Big
here.
Star
He
Wars
does some
guy.
customizations and some weathering. He does all that stuff, so that'd be cool to talk to him. 9 p.m. next week. So for now, that's what effing figures, and we will see you guys next week. Thanks for joining us, guys.
All right, everybody.
Thanks for the surprise, Burf.